What up, it's DJ EFN.
And this Drink Champs motherfucking happy hour. Make some noise! And right now, when we started this podcast, we said we wanted to interview legends. We said we wanted to interview groundbreakers and people who's doing groundbreaking things. And we speak about the man that we got in front of us right now. You're talking about a person who came from overseas, came to America, lived the American dream, got locked up, and still came home and lived the American dream. He did what he had to do consistently, and one thing that I love about him, he still keeps his crew with him. He still got Black Warrior with him. He's out here consistently doing what he got to do. He got all types of currency in different fucking formats. Cryptocurrency shit. This motherfucker got 1,900 wives.
Damn. 1,900?
He got houses. He got houses in 7 continents.
More wives than houses?
He's wearing a pink shirt tonight. Let's make some noise for Akon. Goddammit. Now Akon,
Oh no, I gotta correct you. This shirt is salmon, bro.
It's salmon.
Damn.
Salmon. That's the difference, bro.
That shit got flavor.
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. It got Obey on it. Listen, I'm gonna be honest.
Gotta put some speck on that salmon, baby.
You had such a a vainglorious career, right? But a lot of people don't know that you actually started from the bottom, like because once you had your one single locked up, your career just kept going.
Yeah.
So no one actually pays attention to the struggle prior to that. So that's what I want to get into right now. So how do you? So you was born in Senegal?
No, I was born in St. Louis.
St. Louis, Missouri. I Googled that.
Yeah,
I thought they were wrong. I was in Wikipedia. I thought Wikipedia was fucking up.
Nah,
okay.
It's fucking up on everything else, bro.
But you were actually born in St. Louis.
My pops was, he was always a forward thinker. Like, he made sure that we was all born in the States so we wouldn't have no immigration problems in the future.
Wow, that's what I was going to go to.
Yeah, so shortly after
and right now, that makes the most sense ever.
That's what I was going to go back.
I'm telling you, on everything. So shortly after birth, he just shipped us all back. We didn't even spend 30 days in the States after birth.
So your passport is blue.
Just born and sent right back.
Your passport is blue or you got dual passports?
No, I got dual passport, but it's still blue.
Yeah, because automatic you're a citizen when you're born here.
Yeah.
As of right now.
At that time.
Well, no, not even right now. No, right now.
So St. Louis.
Right now, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, it's up in the air right now.
So in St. Louis, you and Nelly was going to school.
Yeah, me and Nelly was actually raised in the same area.
No,
but
oh, shit.
No, that's real. Me and Nelly went to the same
high school.
Y'all playing around.
We all went to U City High. Like, we all went to the same school.
I heard that. Now, I didn't hear this from you, but I heard this from Nelly.
Yeah.
That was like a big gang banging high school.
1,000%.
Wow. And you went to that high school?
Yeah. That was one of the reasons why I moved to Jersey. Because I was getting too much trouble in St. Louis.
But you can't move from St. Louis to Jersey City trying to get out of trouble. I'm just throwing it out there.
Yeah, but my parents didn't know that.
They didn't know that.
They didn't know they was putting me from one bad area to a worse area.
And that's something that is very key to you. I can see because all the goals, all the accomplishments you have done, you still keep your Jersey ties. Like always.
Oh, yeah, nah, man. Listen,
that impresses me, by the way.
Jersey was a special turning point in my life for sure. Like, that's where a boy became a man, really. You know what I'm saying? And around that time, there was a lot of segregation and races. And me being African in Jersey City, the Puerto Ricans embraced me.
And when you say segregation, you saying between blacks and whites, or you saying between blacks and Puerto Ricans?
General, but to see the difference, what I learned, because where I was coming from was just different. Like in Missouri, it's a different kind of racial.
Yeah, it's definitely, You
follow what I'm saying? Yeah. Like it's different. So
Missouri's
I didn't see the difference. Whites, right? I didn't see difference between.
There's not that much diversity in Missouri.
It was either
y'all don't got too many Jose's in Missouri.
Nah.
Okay. It's not too many Broncos
and Chicos.
Maybe now. We're spreading.
See, so me, it was either black or white. So if you was a fair color, it didn't matter what nationality you was. To me, you was white.
Right.
Like, you would have been considered white to me.
Wow,
and you would have been considered black.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So when I got to Jersey, it was...
Try that in Spanish.
Yeah, try that. So it was just different. So when I went to Jersey and I heard Puerto Ricans calling niggas, and I was like, y'all let this nigga call y'all nigga? Like,
he was appalled by that.
I was like, yo, they was like, nigga, them niggas like, they more niggas than we are.
Right.
And as I started to kind of fucking... as I start to realize, I was like, yeah, Puerto Ricans are a little bit more niggerish than niggas. Like on everything.
That's a fact.
So y'all earned the right to say the word nigga, like, cause y'all are niggas.
No.
In actuality, people don't even know y'all like Portuguese. Y'all fucking Africans.
Right.
Most Latinos are a mix of everything.
No, y'all Africans.
A lot of
bro.
things.
Africans.
We had this conversation with Fat Joe.
I'm telling you, this is why the connection is so tight. Like when I took a couple of Block Royal family members to Africa, they didn't even know that 35% of Africans speak fluent Spanish. Like they was looking like niggas
from
French too, right? And French too, right?
Yeah, French is like most of West Africa.
But they speak Spanish because of colonialism.
Yeah, every language in Africa spoke because of some kind of takeover and colonialism for sure.
Okay, so let's just that was so beautiful, but I don't understand what cryptocurrency is.
Nobody does.
Okay, can you break it down?
I'm trying to figure it out.
Because I'm trying to make an investment.
Yeah.
Can I make an investment? I don't know what to do. I'm just give you some money and just help me flip it. All right, fuck it. I don't care if I lose it. Fuck it.
But that's the thing. It's no different from the stock market. Like people buy shares, right? What are shares?
Yeah.
Think about it. Like
the worth is by how many people buy into it.
It's really about it's all popularity. That's all marketing. It's all promoting. It's like whatever was trusted the most.
Right.
Like in companies, you buy shares in companies that's more trusted. You know they're gonna make a profit. They're gonna yield an investment, right? So you go there with your money because you know these guys in the next 4 or 5, 10 years, their projections say they're gonna make triple what they're making now. So you're like, okay, that's some place I want to invest in.
Right.
When you look at cryptocurrency, it's a little bit different, but it's almost the same concept the way I understand it. Now, I'm still learning a lot about it myself because the more I get into it, the more I start to understand.
You also call it Akon?
Yeah, mine is Akon.
Akon.
Which is a genius name, by the way.
That's hard. So I'm investing. I don't know what I'm investing in, but I'm investing.
So what you're investing in is the future of Africa when you invest in Akon.
And I heard you also say invest in Africa, but we're getting to that later.
Yeah.
Continue about Akon.
So Akon now is like is set up to empower the entrepreneurs.
Is it backed? And maybe I'm wrong. I don't know about it completely, but is IPOs are backing this stuff?
What was that?
IPOs. I don't know. I was told that there's like a certain kind of company structure that backs up a cryptocurrency.
Well, that's the thing. Crypto ain't really backed by nothing. Like Bitcoin ain't backed by anything.
Right.
It's backed by.
It's the network that keeps it secure.
It's backed by the popularity and the trust factor.
Right.
You can trust to know that if you buy Bitcoin, it's worth a certain amount of money. That's any currency. It's whatever the people say it's worth. Like right now, these bottles could be worth more than money if we all come out and say this bottle's worth more than this money. But in this case, the bottle is worth money.
So in layman's, like sneakers.
Like sneakers.
When sneakers, everybody says this Jordan is worth so much. Same thing.
So what made you even interested in something like that?
Well, because I realized that this crypto is going to be the future in currency. Like I just watch how things change drastically in time to digital. Like, and I always compare everything to music. Like you went from, 2-inch reels to 8-track tapes to vinyl to cassettes to CDs to MP3s and now streaming, right? So now when you look at currency, you went from, stagecoaches, to like literally trading whatever you could trade.
Gold and pounds,
they went from trading cattle to trading, gold,
livestock and shit.
You follow what I'm saying?
Yeah.
To actually creating something that gold can be, compared to, which is the actual dollar it is today. And dollar eventually is going to turn into something digital too. So what makes you think that dollar itself ain't going to turn into a digital currency? Because the moment
you're saying dollar's analog.
Dollar's analog. Your credit card is digital, but crypto is money.
Hard. Make some noise for That was liquid. As you say, liquid. That was liquid.
Yeah. So now crypto is going to become the next digital currency. So if you don't invest in that now, it's like if you don't see that coming, you'll fool.
Okay, now I'm blind, right? So now Akon, I know Akon is rich. I know he got fucking everything.
He got salmon shirts on.
So now I want to. He got salmon shirts on. So now I want to invest. So how do I invest? How does one go about someone who doesn't have your phone number? You know what I'm saying? Who can't actually get this explanation? So just for these lamest terms out there, how do they invest in Akon?
Well, Akon is going to be up for sale in October.
It'll be on Coinbase. You know Coinbase, that app?
It's going to be everywhere.
Okay.
I mean, Akon is actually going to be in more places in certain places than even Bitcoin itself. You know, because Africa, we have an open platform to do whatever.
And Africa's been ahead of the curve using currency exchange through the phone.
There was Bitcoin before Bitcoin.
Right. Like they've been ahead of that, yeah.
Yeah, they've been way ahead of it. So, you know, eventually you'll be able to go to your local ATM and be able to trade money in for Acoins.
So I'll give you 10,000. I'll give you, like this example. I'll give you 10,000. Now, what happens in return?
Well, you invest 10,000 in a coin. You just sit on it until the value goes up.
Wow. And then you trade it in?
And then you trade it when you feel the need to trade it. You know what I'm saying? It's like Bitcoin. I mean, you got to learn the game, understand how, you know, the currency fluctuate up and down, and figure out when to
get like a 10 bands right now.
Yeah, but in this case,
yours.
Yeah, but in this you know,
it's yours. I don't know what I'm doing, but I trust you because I know you're rich.
But that's what you don't want to trust nobody rich. Trust? Don't trust
nobody rich.
He's saying take trust and rich out of the equation.
Yeah, because that's what I learned.
Right.
I don't trust rich people. That's how they got rich.
Yeah.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
By being untrustworthy.
Yeah, but I do respect them and I do listen because now they're gonna give you information that you can utilize in your own life. But the word trust it don't exist in business. I realize.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Make some noise for that, goddamn.
Because at the end of the day, it's about negotiation, right? And if you want to have the upper on the negotiation, there are going to be things you're not going to tell me so you can have advantage over the negotiation.
Right.
So already ain't no trust because I'm negotiating to get a better position and you're negotiating to get a better position. So according to what you know and according to what I know, you're going to hold off a little bit to get in that position because it's not a good business deal if I'm not in a better position than you. You follow what I'm saying?
Yes, I do.
So trust is out the window.
It's poker. It's basically poker.
It's basically trust. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah.
Okay, so you have also brought electricity to Africa, a certain part of Africa,
lots of parts of Africa.
Lots of parts of Africa.
So what happened, and why did you even feel this need?
Nah, first of all, it was a need.
Okay.
Know? And I always looked at when I first did it was just really to kind of give back and more philanthropy.
But let me ask you. So were you just going to these certain towns and seeing that there was no electricity?
No.
How did this come about?
It actually triggered. How it triggered was we was trying to do concerts in certain parts of Africa, but we couldn't do it because there was no electricity. And I was like, wait a minute, you mean tell me we don't have enough electricity to do a concert?
Right.
And then there was an area where there was electricity, but then when we went to go do the concert, before the second song even came on, all the lights went out. And that's what I like, man, something gotta give here. You know what I'm saying? And that was just what triggered it.
That happened to me in the Dominican Republic. I was getting a haircut, and half of my haircut came off, and then the fucking lights went out, and it was like, you gotta wait 2 hours, Papa. I said, what the fuck? I had to walk around the Dominican Republic and half my fucking shit off. I'm so sorry I changed the subject. I'm so sorry, but it's real. I felt like Dominican, y'all need to fix your power system a long time ago. I'm just saying on out there, y'all resort system, I'm so sorry.
That makes sense though, but it's the same kind of shock. You know that would trigger. No, but I'm just saying that, the trauma. Good. So that triggered it. But then when I went to wanting to go visit your grandparents, and where they live in, there's no electricity. Then you really want to do something.
You're saying?
Yeah, my grandmother didn't have electricity in the area where she was living.
Wow.
Was she complaining like when you went to her house?
She was good.
That affects everything. Water, everything. Yeah.
That's what they lived at. Yeah. This is every day. So they didn't even notice that was a luxury that they never even experienced.
That the rest of the world is experiencing.
Me leaving out of there, experiencing what I experienced coming back.
So you was feeling guilty.
So what did you do? You got Akon.
I wanted to be able to go visit my grandma, but
you wanted to be able to experience that luxury.
You needed Wi-Fi.
He's like, my phone don't work on this motherfucker.
You know, because some people, you got to think about it. You don't really know what's good until you experience
Absolutely,
it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And that wasn't a money play for you, correct?
Nah,
because you actually gave your money up.
Yeah,
right?
I put up my own money to get to get it started.
And what was it, like 10,000 homes?
At the time, it was 10,000 homes.
Wow.
And what's the infrastructure you're setting up? Like, what is it that it takes to start to give electricity to a town?
It depends on what kind of electricity you're giving. Like, it gets really complicated.
Dam stuff? Like, what are you guys doing?
I mean, right now I'm putting out solar mini grids. And so
that's from the sun.
Yeah, that's from the sun. You know, Africa is never gonna run out of sun. So
never.
It was a perfect.
That's why we dark like this. Goddamn, make some noise for us. Because in my mind, I'm a dark-skinned nigga. Yeah. In my mind, I'm dark-skinned. I've been trying since 1998 to get dark.
Your melanism.
My melanism is upgraded. Go ahead, continue.
You know? Yeah, but I mean, that's a tan, though, bro. You gotta do that.
No, listen, I'm not gonna
tan,
lie.
Bro.
You know, I'm Drake color.
But you do like tan, though. I tan, my nigga.
You tan?
Yeah.
I'm just letting you know, I was Drake color before I moved out here. Like, yeah, me and Drake was the same color.
I don't see it.
You don't see it? Me and you was the same color. No. I was a little darker than Drake, but I want to be, because big up to Sammy Sosa, big up to what's the Jamaican guy that they super soaked? What's his name? Miles Cartel? Is that nigga? What's that?
The Vibes Cartel.
Vibes Cartel.
Nah, is he locked up, man?
Yeah, he locked up, but I'm just saying he used the soap to become white, and I'm like, that's cool.
Is that real?
He's white. Yeah.
No, the soap shit is real.
The soap is white. It's called. The soap is real.
What is that?
It makes you lighter.
Like a Clorox soap?
Yeah, it's called bleach. It's called bleach soap. Yeah, it's called bleach soap. So that's what they say. She don't bleach. So they big up the girls that don't bleach. But when I see that, I say, oh shit, I'm the exact opposite. Like I want to be blacker. I want to use the black soap to get blacker. You know what I'm saying? Because you know what? Melanin is a great thing. I've studied melanin. I've understand it. Yeah. And I understand that all of us having melanin is a blessing. It's not a curse.
No, it is.
It's not a curse. That's the reason why they try to promote it as a curse. Is because, you know, they don't want you to feel like a king that you actually are.
Yeah,
like,
I tan regularly, bro.
Right. Even out here?
Man, whenever it's hot, I'm gonna catch at least 30 minutes out that sun.
Oh, you go out and tan?
Oh
like,
yeah,
straight up.
I just can't let nobody get darker than me. I asked Michael Blackson, Tyrese, all of them. They already know I'm king number one.
Kadar, what's up, Kadar?
I do.
Oh shit, Kadar's in the building. Kadar, goddamn it, he's so rich. I smell money. Oh shit! Come on, brother. Give me some love. Yo, I'm not gonna lie, Akon. I'm gonna rush to the question real quick because I had this question for later on in the show. But you got a real family.
Yeah, no, I do.
This is my son right here.
No. Listen. You got a real family. Like your family ain't playing. And now are y'all all from Senegal?
Everybody
from Senegal. Now let me just tell you something. I toured Europe a lot. There's a lot of Senegal people that migrated to
France,
Europe.
yeah.
France,
Italy, they everywhere.
London,
They everywhere.
Yeah.
Senegalese like Jamaica.
Every nigga I looked at in their eyes from Senegal, I could tell they killed somebody. I'm not saying y'all. I'm just saying. Like, it's been promoters, they be like, I'm from Senegal. I'm like, oh, shit.
What part of Africa is Senegal?
Let me explain what's going
Central?
on.
West side.
What Nori experienced
Yes.
was no fear. That's what you experienced.
No,
he
I
saw-
kinda was
he
fear.
saw people's
That was
eyes.
fear. Okay.
When you look at a Senegalese in his eyes,
you saying that they had no fear?
None.
Okay,
Right.
Okay, yeah, I had fear. That's definitely. I'm a real nigga, but I'm throwing it out there.
Nothing.
Yeah, they sit there like it was this guy, right? I swear to God, this is when CNN getting like 25,000. So 25,000 is still good money, right? So we go to the club. He pays us 25,000, but he gives us nothing.
This is in Senegal.
No, this is in France.
Oh.
This is in France, right?
This is your homie that you've been telling me about?
No, this is in Marseille. My homie's in
Marseille.
My homie's in Paris.
Okay.
So this is Marseille. Marseille actually in soccer, they got beat. You can't even mention Paris in Marseille, and vice versa. So we walk in the club, and the guy gives us our money, and that's it. Right? And that's it, right? He did no bottles, no VIP, no nothing. So I looked at the dude, and you know, our road manager at the time was like, "You're about to flip on this motherfucker." I said, let it go. I said to him,
You knew.
I said, "Let me get our money." He said, "Yeah." I said, fuck everything. This nigga eyes told me something different. He looked at me and said, "Nori, I'm having a bad night. You're lucky I paid you." He didn't say that, but his eyes said that. His eyes was like, "Nori, I respect you." And that's it.
That's it.
He's stupid.
Take it and run with it.
He gave us $25, and then we had to leave. Now, mind you, we were home, man. We do what we gotta do. Now we gotta walk to the car. I was glad I didn't get mad at this guy.
Yeah.
I was so glad. And then I remember, synagogue. I said,
No fear.
This Akon's people. Let's leave him alone.
No, but Senegal, honestly, is probably the most peaceful place in all of Africa, though.
Wow.
Never had a conflict. It's very religious based.
How about the
but
Congo?
That's wise.
Congo.
Now, Congo?
DJ. Now I have a DJ that's from Congo.
Now, the Congo, those niggas kill gorillas with their bare hands. Those niggas ain't nothing to play with.
That was another promoter I had. I had a DJ. I forget his name. He's from Switzerland. Forgot your name. Totally forgot. So sorry. But another promoter, he came, he booked us. Same price, same thing. Did that. And then the DJ said, leave him alone. We was about to go beef with him. He said, leave him alone. And he said, I was like, yo, what the fuck? He said, he's from the Congo. I said, that sound real. Let me let this one go. Let me let this one go. Let me let this one go.
Congolese, those some real soldiers
Congo,
over there. They some soldiers,
Congo is serious.
They some real
They
soldiers.
raised in the military over there.
Yeah.
They what?
They raised in the military.
Raised in the military.
And you gotta understand, they've been in civil war since I don't know how long, between the East and the West. I mean, the Congo, those some fighters, man.
And the kids grew up child warriors, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's Central Africa, right? The Congo?
Congo is, no, it's West.
It's West too? What's the blood diamond stuff at?
Sierra Leone.
Sierra Leone. Now I used to wear a lot of diamonds. Now you light with it because you so rich.
No, that's not why.
He traded the salmon shirt.
The more richer you get, the less. He's like,
The less you do. Because you gotta think in the beginning, it was you never had it.
Right.
So you just go hard on everything. Like I literally overdid everything. But then you start to realize how much money you wasting. It just then
And what's
you
important.
realize it's not even important. You don't even.
Yeah.
You're like, why?
You read convict chains this big.
I know. I got the pictures, nigga. We Googled it.
Yeah.
Let me just tell you something. I'm gonna tell you one of the craziest stories. Let me get this off of my my list. I'm in Atlanta one day. It snows. Light snows, but it snows. The whole fucking city shuts down.
Everything.
Right?
Yeah.
Niggas is like, yo, it snowed. I'm like, I'm from New York City, nigga.
Yeah.
So I'm like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Right? So there's no gas.
None.
In like a 7-block radius. So we like, fuck it. We at the, what's this shit next to the Lenox Mall Hotel, the Swiss Hotel? What was it prior to that? It was the Westin, I believe.
No, it's the Western now.
Now it's the Western.
But now it's the Westin, so what was it? Swiss. So it's when I was a Swiss Hotel. So I'm like, all right, cool. So I get my driver, and they say to me, oh, okay, no sweat. If no one else have gas, don't worry. Akon has a gas station
in his crib.
That's
true.
But this is Jersey? In Jersey?
In Atlanta.
In Atlanta.
Yo, hold on, time out. Make some noise. Listen, niggas said,
Just gassing you up too.
yo, nigga said to me, nigga said, yo, listen, you know Akon? I said, that's my nigga. Nigga said, that's my, nigga said, you know Akon? I said, that's my nigga. Nigga said, you know Akon got a gas station. I said, where he's got a gas station? Like, is it on Peachtree? Nigga said no, in his crib. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't even answer the question because I was like, I don't know what type of rich that is. Right. Like, what, you got a motherfucking gecko?
It's a full-fledged gas station?
You got a Texaco?
Gas station.
Yo, that's some forward-thinking
It was a
motherfucking
Chevron
shit.
gas
It was a
station.
Chevron pump.
It's a
Yeah, it was a
Chevron
pump.
at the beginning of the block, but
Right.
he got a Chevron pump in the crib.
Okay.
Pull up the
Alright.
parking lot. It's a Chevron pump.
Because I ain't gonna lie, I'm so glad this room was true, right? What the fuck made you say, I'm gonna get a gas station at the crib?
Shit, if you could, why not?
I'm not gonna lie, that's a real rich shit.
If you can.
High five, Akon. Yo, high five, you give me a low five. Give me a high five, high five. Yo, what the fuck made you say, yo? Because I ain't gonna lie, it was so rich that when the person said that to me, I said, yo, I don't think I got Akon number. I definitely didn't have it then. So I said, let's just go to the gas. Oh, let's just chill. Let's go to the bar for a second. And then this shit hit me for 6 hours. Nigga got a gas station in this house. I gotta reevaluate my life. So what made you, when you was building the crib and said, fuck it. I want a pump number 9 right here. Like, how did this happen? How did this happen?
I told you, I overdid everything back then. So
that was that phase of your life?
That was that phase when I just overdid everything. Right. I wanted to outdo everybody. I wanted to overdo
That was
everything.
actually a really good idea.
Wow. So, was there another nigga up the block with a gas station
No,
or
I
something?
had 32 cars.
Damn, nigga, I had...
You know, so before I left, I would just, fill up.
32 nigga done. He done
And I got a pet peeve about my gas tank being at a half tank. Like I never let it get under the half, below the half mark.
Damn, Akon, I still fill up my Maybach for $20. Nigga done made me feel fucked up right now. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry to cut you off.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm a hood nigga. I'm sorry. But
That's
so you
crazy.
said, so you building the crib, and you said, fuck it. I never want to go out to get gas.
No, I was too popular then. It was just a headache.
That was
And it's practical to have your own gas station. I think it's mad practical.
And then, but
wait, time out. What
and
did
then
this
you
nigga just say?
It's practical. It makes sense. Like,
So it does make sense.
It's something you can utilize. You know what I'm saying?
At that time, I was thinking street too, because every time we used to jack cars, we did it from the gas station.
Yeah.
And I'm
In Atlanta at that time, that's crazy.
That's
Carjacking at the gas station, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I didn't think of that.
Yeah.
I never thought of that. But that's still some fly.
And I had too many cars, and that would have been too many gas station stops. I'm not taking a chance.
So when you say 32 cars, right? I want to think of this. Now, when you say 32 cars, are we saying Maybachs,
No,
Phantoms?
like,
'Cause you pulled up in a Ghost, right?
They all Highline cars, yeah.
Okay, all highline. So you don't got like Chevrolet 63s?
Nah, I don't do
None of
old
those.
schools. I don't do old schools.
Like, I mean, those classics.
Yeah, I don't do old schools. I can't do that.
You don't do old school. I'm gonna get one old school. I'm gonna buy it from Funkmaster Flex. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I always thought
see
old school
Flex.
with junk cars.
You don't fuck with those. You
old.
just call them junk cars?
They junk cars, bro.
I like old school.
I mean,
I like old school.
69 kind of.
Yeah, I'll take one or
You
two.
had a yellow F430?
huh?
A yellow F430?
Yeah.
I saw you on the highway when I was a kid in 2008 in the yellow F430.
Wow.
You lit. I was in a red.
Yo, Twin, my man, though. Twin
That's
comes
right.
to spy every day. It's my
Yeah.
brother right here.
Yeah, I just could never do the old school thing.
Oh man. All right. So the song "Sorry," one of my favorite songs. Also, one of the times I kind of disagree with you. I didn't feel like you should have said sorry at that time. Like at that time, I think you jumped in the crowd or something like that.
No, what happened was I was in Trinidad, and we was having a dirty whining contest.
Wow.
And then the girl came up. She was only 14.
Okay. All right. Now I understand that. I had
Come
the
to
story
find
here.
out, her father was a preacher.
Prime Minister.
No, he was a preacher. He was a preacher in one of the most, respected churches over there.
Right.
And the concert was a huge success.
Right.
Even the contest was a huge success.
Right.
But she won the contest. So she ended up on the front page of the newspaper along with me, saying how successful the show was. Dad wakes up to read the paper the next Sunday morning and sees his daughter in the front page, sitting on top of me on the newspaper, and he flipped out. So it became
Now that
this huge story
makes sense to me.
that, I was sexually, whatever, dancing with this minor.
Right.
Not
Trinidad.
In
Where they
Trinidad.
dirty wine every
Not
year.
realizing that's the culture in Trinidad. I mean,
How I
dirty
read the
whining is the
story
culture.
was you had jumped in the crowd or some shit like that. That makes total sense because when you actually apologized, I was like, I didn't want you because sometimes as artists we bear on a responsibility that's not ours.
That's not ours. But
You know what I'm saying?
I got that for sure. And then, of course, once CNN and everybody took on the story,
Right.
all the sponsors start pulling out, start doing all this, right? So this became where the song came after Poughkeepsie. It really didn't
I was
come.
in jail in Poughkeepsie.
Yeah, that's when I had threw this kid off the stage for throwing something on the stage for me. So that's more so what I was apologizing for. But
So that's what I thought it was.
I mean, sincerely, that's what made me say, you know what? I need to grow up on that part of it. Now, the Trinidad's play, I didn't think that was my fault at all because I'm just doing my job. I got paid for a service.
Right.
It's not my job to secure security in that club. I don't even.
Or card her. It wasn't your job.
Yeah,
You didn't know she was.
I mean, that
Like
has nothing to do with me.
Usher danced with the fat girl and then
Yeah.
and then
A little different, but all right.
But naturally, when you're a celebrity, clearly the blame has to be on somebody.
Right.
So the approach that I took was if club owners, the security, whoever was responsible for that protocol is not willing to be a man and take the blame, I'll take it for you then.
Okay, Akon, man.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what that was.
Look at that man. Righteous fucking man. God damn it. Now here's the funny shit about you, right? Is I knew you for years.
Yeah.
Always a peaceful, always a respectful, 100%. But when I Google you, right? Because I had to Google everybody that's on here. Mm-hmm. The first 7 things is Akon fights. Akon.
Are you serious?
Am I lying, Diego?
Wow.
I kid you not, I didn't even know that about you.
That's crazy.
The first 7 things, right? Was this the first 7? Yeah, something like that. So, are you like appalled by that image? Because I know the real Akon. Like I know, regardless is violence involved or not, I know that you ain't started. I know you sat there. You sat there. You held your ground. But if a person violated, then your people had to do what they had to do. But does that ever affect business in any which?
Oh no, it affects business in a big way.
Oh, wow.
You know, I think anything negative like that involves violence it's going to stop your money. That's just period. But I think at the same time, when you get to a certain level, and there seems to be a bigger influence towards real money, the protocols that be is going to naturally try to keep you in a place where they can still control you. And I think now that you do it through the internet and they do it through certain links and searches and so on and so forth, because most people don't go past that first page when they do searches. You know what I'm saying? To see what you're really doing.
Like that's the first impression.
And that's why you got to be careful what you do, because everything and every decision you make today is going to affect you tomorrow, and it always affects you when you're not even on that wave.
That's not a reason why I heard that you did a big deal with China in terms of credit to help Africa. In terms of getting a credit line, is that true?
I did a deal with China, yeah.
But that has nothing to do with that, though. I'm saying like the U.S. credit line versus a Chinese credit line.
That gets really deeper into politics, but I would probably say that there's a reason why that's happening, because politically there's a lot of moves that's being made, and I'll probably announce them in a few or months to come. But it'll all make sense once we start giving some information out.
Also, Puerto Rico, you try to help Puerto Rico, they said they shut you down, right?
Yeah, and as far as Puerto Rico, we tried to submit a proposal to be able to provide electricity for Puerto Rico at the time.
Yeah.
And our proposal was shut down. Yep.
Now,
by the U.S. government?
I think we should.
I mean, they're the only ones that can make that decision.
Right. I mean, versus like politically in Puerto Rico.
And they all the same.
Right.
Okay.
The top guy said this ain't gonna look no go.
You're right.
Fuck the Republicans. But listen. Now, I had a big debate, right? Mm-hmm. Because a couple of the homies, they said that Lady Gaga, right? They said that Lady Gaga, you discovered Lady Gaga because she was writing for you, right? But that's not what I heard. Mm-hmm. What I heard was you discovered Lady Gaga because you was writing for her. I don't know what is which, or if you want to answer or whatever. But how did that happen?
Well, Lady Gaga was the first artist signed to first pop artist signed to the Con Live brand when I went to Interscope.
Con Live.
Yeah.
So your label.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
So. To be very clear, I didn't discover her.
Wow.
She was already signed at Interscope when my deal was closed.
And Jimmy gave you her.
And I went to Jimmy and said, I need that. Because at the time, they wasn't moving on that because she wasn't the priority.
So Jimmy played you her music?
No. I just went through all the demos.
So you saw the talent and you said,
I had just closed my deal there.
Wait, come on. So you're saying you closed your deal and you went and said, I'm going to listen to all your demos?
I want to see what y'all got in this building.
What type of fucking...
Like what's... Because think about it.
This nigga, go ahead.
Think about it. Let's say right now you go to Universal. They've signed hundreds of artists that you don't even know is in that building.
I ain't listening to not one of them niggas' demos. I'm going to be honest. You're a different nigga.
Tommy Boy.
I'm going to be like, fuck them niggas. I'm discovering my own shit. Damn, you're a real nigga. You're a real nigga for that.
Think about it. Because
I ain't gonna. I'm a foul nigga. I'm sorry.
And this is how I looked at it. The labels they already investing hundreds of $1,000s into these signees. Some of them come, sit there 2-3 years and get dropped.
That's what Eminem was.
Yeah, sit there 2-3 years and get dropped and never had no energy put into them. So I said, before I go out discovering new artists out there that no one cares about, never seen, let me go into the box of all the artists sitting in this building that they already jammed money into. You follow what I'm saying? Which makes all the sense in the world. But going through it, at the time, I didn't hear her because she was doing blues like type of, music. It just didn't, the look and everything didn't fit. And at the time I was writing for the Pussycat Dolls, and I had just signed a producer named Red One at the time. So I was like, yo, I had a writer's block because I was
Red
writing.
One, he's not from Canada.
He's from Morocco.
Okay,
He's from Morocco.
Yeah, Sweden.
Africa.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's from Africa.
North Africa.
Yeah. So ultimately, me and him was writing. I just couldn't come up. I had a writer's block that day. I couldn't come up with nothing. So I needed some inspiration. I was like, yo, get some girls here, get something crazy, give me something that can spark some ideas. He said, well, I know somebody that you can come rock with.
It's Red One.
Red One.
Okay.
And he called Lady Gaga down.
And her name was Lady Gaga?
At that time, yeah.
Okay, cool. So she walks into the studio.
She walks in the studio, and then
You are Akon. This is already
Yeah.
locked up. You already lit.
Yeah, I mean, at
You got
this point, I'm
Sierra
beyond
Leone.
that.
You got Sierra Leone diamonds everywhere.
Yeah, that was that era.
That era.
That was the era.
All right.
So ultimately, we do the song. She goes in the booth and she's demoing the song out. And I'm like, yo, this bitch is a star.
Now, when you say you do the song, she demoing it out. You're saying you laid the vocals and then she said your vocals over?
No, like we wrote the song and she went in to demo it out for
To
the
see how it
Pussycat
would
Dolls.
sound, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, the Pussycat.
So they can hear it.
Yeah.
Well, I was writing for the Pussycat Dolls at the time.
Wow.
So she came out the booth. I was like, yo, what's your situation? Like, are you signed? And she was like, yeah. I said, where? Like, what building? She said, I'm in Interscope. I said, are you serious? She said, yeah. I said, how long you been there? She said, about a year and a half, 2 years. I was like, oh, shit. Well, let's work something out. She was like, hell yeah, let's do it. So I called Jimmy. I said, yo, Jimmy, I know exactly who I want to sign off the label ASAP. And I was like, he said, who? I said, Lady Gaga. He was like, really? I said, yeah. I know in his mind, he's trying to figure out, what is that? You know what I'm saying?
What kind of deal is that, though? She's already signed to the label that's distributing your label.
Yeah.
What kind of deal is that?
It's a joint venture.
So it changes for her?
Now, her numbers don't change.
Okay.
Just the
Now,
numbers.
Jimmy is like
The
that.
numbers
Let me
don't
tell you
change. The only difference is Jimmy will split the...
He has to give
He'll
up
split with
something to
me.
you because now you're investing in it.
Exactly.
Whether it's
Just like
time
how
or
the
money or
game-
whatever.
But you're not investing money, you're investing
No,
time.
whatever it is.
Huh?
You're not investing money when you say...
Or time.
No,
whatever.
I'm taking over the project.
Right,
At that
okay,
point,
right.
I'm doing all the music.
Just him adding yourself to the project is investing in it.
No, Jimmy knows what I do.
Right.
Right.
So Jimmy had no problem, with saying, okay, take that and put it under your umbrella and let's make this
That's
thing
incredible.
big. You know what I'm saying? Now, in any other system, they probably would have been like, do it as well. Because they either going to do that or they're going to end up dropping it.
Right.
Because it's one of the list of things that there's no attention put on yet. And then she was the kind of artist that was so creative, it was hard to really figure out what that is. Because she had been through 4 or 5 labels before she even landed at Interscope.
So okay, you have this conversation with Jimmy. Jimmy gives you the green light, is that correct?
Oh, yeah.
Now what's the next step after that?
Next step, we spent 30 days in the studio and finished the album. Me, her, and Red One.
What studio, where at?
It was in Atlanta. Yeah, we did that whole album in Atlanta. 30
Doppler.
At Doppler, yep. We did her album and Tammy Chen's album all in the same month.
Separate rooms.
Same room. Because after we finished Gaga's album, then we ended up doing Tammy Chen's album.
You kept it going. I respect you. High five.
Come on, B. That's how it
High five. Yeah. So, now when we get into the writing process, how did the writing process go?
The writing process for me is really simple because after the beat is made, I go in there and lay the melody, and then I listen to the melody and I put the words to it.
Now, is that with her as well?
Yeah, with her, she does pretty much the same thing. I think the melody way was like she kind of adopted it from us because I think but she was already classically trained
Because
in piano and everything like that.
In my opinion, sorry to cut you off. My opinion, it feels like what you gave to her is the same exact thing what Usher kind of gave to Justin Bieber. Like they got soul, but
Like the cosign that
I'm asking.
It's
from the outside looking in.
Now, what Justin gave to Justin, what Usher gave to Justin Bieber was cosign as far as credibility and a mentorship.
Right.
Because someone could say that about Dre with Eminem.
Yeah, like me, when I get involved with an artist or I sign an artist on a label, it's cosign is the last thing that I see as you could say as an advantage for them because we do beyond that. We actually develop artists. Like we artistly develop them. You know what I mean? And then after all that's done, I go on a road with them from radio station to radio station to meet a DJ to DJ. Like I put them through the same process I went through. We jump in a.
But you go with them.
Yeah, I'm there.
Wow.
I'm there. And everybody out there in the business know when I sign an artist, I don't just sign them, I get behind them.
So what is that?
Tory Lanez with you too?
No.
Oh, that was a lot.
What does that turn into?
You know, I'm
Tory Lanez lit though.
Like now, when someone, because we all know someone gets involved in someone's career and then it works. What is that now? What does that look like now? The business situation between y'all, the relationship. What is that now?
Cool. You mean just with the
Gaga,
artists?
yeah.
Oh no, this good.
Like it's still the same business situation. I'm assuming.
No, it's not.
It's not at all. Because
No,
once she goes on, then you
Yeah,
give
because
her
the thing
space.
is, once she goes on, she's her own boss. She's her own person. You know, she makes her own decisions.
So
you know what I mean?
how far long does that take to happen?
That normally depends on the person. Depends on the person. You know, some artists is after the first hit record, and some artists is after 5-6 albums, and some stay together forever. It all depends.
And is it ever like bittersweet in a sense? Is there ever bad business?
I don't think it's never really bittersweet for me, you know, because I do it to actually empower them to do it on their own.
So you want that for your artist?
Absolutely.
No, I mean that's
absolutely.
because
Yeah,
not
absolutely.
every situation
Yeah,
is
I mean,
developing artists for them to leave them.
yeah, I developed them to be free. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're looking at it from a monetary gain standpoint or a financial gain, you gain no matter what because you're always going to be attached to the product.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I felt like when you was, I mean, and this, you said you went to the radio stations. But me as a DJ at the time, it didn't seem like you were attached to the project. Like I felt like you
Which
fell
project?
back to Lady Gaga in the
Okay.
beginning even. Like it felt like you fell back and you were letting her just be her and do her and it not seem like she was attached to you.
That's what the part you're talking about is letting the world know I was attached. Because I didn't want her to be painted no kind of way urban.
You just wanted her to be her. Like
Yeah, because as a business person, I was like, the moment people know that she's with me, they're not gonna give her the same shot, and she's not gonna get that
Which is
audience
smart business, too.
that I need her to get. Because otherwise, a whole bunch of niggas would be
Right.
following her, and she'd be like Pink, selling 1 million records and trying to get out of that to do something different.
Right.
So what happened? I'm sorry, and I was in the bathroom real quick. So what happened for the separation?
Oh no, just
No, we
terms.
talked about that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the terms just expired.
Yeah, we talked about
Okay.
it.
Yeah, the terms expired. You know what I'm saying? And then I was offered, a buyout to of my share of the my part.
They did change the sound of pop.
Oh, so there is a buyout though. See, we didn't talk about that
Oh,
part.
yeah.
Change the sound.
That's what I want to know. That's what I'm trying to. On a
wait,
business
say that
level.
again.
Yeah.
No, he's saying a buyout. That's on a businessman level. I want to know, like, how does that look?
Yeah,
When
the whole-
when the artist goes on, you know.
Oh no, I mean, well, it's if I didn't agree to the buyout, I'll still be attached business wise.
But as an artist, you kind of feel obligated to make an artist feel happy.
As a businessman, I'll raise the value so I can sell it.
God damn it.
It stocks.
God damn it.
That's all it was.
God damn it. Make some noise for that, God damn it. Try to hit him with some artist shit. That nigga say, nigga. Businessman, nigga. It's not artist shit right now. I respect that. So you guys made history. It's still cool.
Oh yeah, no, she's like my little sister.
Okay.
Yeah.
Will she be on your Spanish album? Because you got a Spanish album.
Yeah, I'm working
Negrito.
on El Negrito.
El Negrito.
Yeah, yeah.
El Negrito. Let me just say something. I'm going to throw this out there. Thank you, dog. Listen, man. The dog's so rich, man. I just look, every time I look over there, man, I just look at richness, man. You know what I'm saying?
This
My
Kadar
nigga.
Entertainment, Kadar?
That's Kadar. Yeah, man. Would you like to come and have a seat? You can come and have a seat, please. Please, you come and have a seat.
Nah, leave it in the
Over there.
background.
That's hey, listen. That's one guy right there. I gotta tell you, I have so much respect for him because
Kadar. He signed you?
he's not like. He's not. No, when I was at Universal, he was the president at Universal.
He ain't signed.
Of all the urban. I was under him. What do you mean?
Oh, okay, all right. That's
I
what
was
I'm
at
talking about.
Universal.
All right, that's what I'm talking about.
So,
He got that money.
As much as he's
I
accomplished.
see him at Soul House all the time.
Worldwide Soul House. Look, he just showed me the Soul House membership.
I got worldwide too. But he was there first. I'm not gonna lie. Go ahead.
You know, he was one of those guys. Like he understood how the corporate side worked, and he also understood how the street side worked. That's why he was the perfect median between the two sides. And he was able to create, on an urban level, impacts that most people could never impact. And most time, people know the name but never seen his face.
Yeah.
That's why we can't put him on camera now.
That nigga
Keep him in the
like
back.
Al Heyman.
Yeah, that's
Like,
exactly
like
what
you
he
know
is.
Al Heyman,
You know
but
him.
you don't know how
You know
Al
the
Heyman
name, but
look.
you don't know him.
Yeah. Niggas be like, that's Al Heyman. I'll be like, nigga, that ain't Al Heyman. Because I got an Al Heyman check once.
Yeah.
Once. I got one. That's it.
Yeah.
Nigga ain't booked me again.
Yeah.
I don't know what I did.
You know, one time he tried to embarrass me. It was at Chris Lighting wedding, right?
No, I didn't try.
Yeah,
That was not you. Okay.
Never told me he did.
Yeah.
Damn, that too?
He was
So it was
there.
at Chris Lighting wedding, right? Coming late, like, talking loud, right? So he says to me, you know, that's what Jacob watches, real popular, right? And he remember this? He says to me, he's sitting in the row in front of me, so he's cracking jokes and shit. So I said, yo, Kedar, where's your Jacob watch? No, and I said, motherfucker, I brought Jacob with me.
Translation for the audience, he started on me. He won. No, Kadar's a good guy, man.
Man,
And
good
you
dude.
know what? Puff said something the other day. I would like to reiterate what he said. Because when I look at Kadar, I think of this. And I think of Irv Gotti. I think of Dame Dashes. I think of Biggs. I think of Hove. And Puff said there's so much limited Mark Pitts, Charles Suit. There's so much limited black CEOs out there right now. And Puff's complaint was that corporate America, white America, whatever part of America you want to call it, is not even investing or even trying to make more black CEOs happen. We got no ID. We got these certain peoples out there that should be funded. It should be funded, whether it's their own independent company or whether heading Sony or heading, a Def Jam. What do you think about that?
I think it's happening because we ain't making it happen yet. Who you think making them billions? We doing it. So you expect them to invest in us? Like, why we can't invest on our own? Like, think about it. Why we can't do it ourselves?
No, but I 100% understand what you're saying. But what Puff is saying is this is our industry.
Exactly.
So the companies should be invested into our people in this particular industry. So he's not saying everybody start our own companies, which we can.
No, that's not
But
what
he's
I'm
saying,
saying.
Def Jam should have Irv Gotti running it. Kadar should still be running Universal.
But
Sylvia Rome.
Okay, but
and so on and so forth.
it's their company
Yeah, okay.
that they built. Okay? You want that, Diddy? How about we start our company that we build and we become the CEOs?
That's why we on Revolt right now. Goddamn it.
Because think about it, bro. Like, the problem is nobody thinks tomorrow long term. Universal ain't a company that was built
Yesterday.
last week.
Yeah.
This company damn near almost 100 years old, bro.
Yeah, straight up.
So we got to think 100 years tomorrow.
And they funded by Vivendi, right?
But even them, that's all European
And
companies.
them niggas own all the water in France?
Well,
How the fuck you own all
It's-
the water?
They bought out Universal.
That's hard. That's hard. I don't even know what that means. Nigga said, yo, one day I'm in Def Jam. I used to smoke in Def Jam all the time, right? So they said, the owner of Vivendi's coming today. I said, word? That nigga's ill. What the fuck is Vivendi? Nigga said, nigga own all the water in France. I said, all right, I'm gonna put out my weed.
no,
They didn't even ask me to put the weed out. I was just like, fuck it. The nigga own all the water in France.
No,
I don't think he used to smell weed when he walked in. I went too far. Go ahead.
He's one of the shareholders of Vivendi, and he's actually, he owned a majority of the ports. You know, the ports on the water?
Yes.
All the shipping and all that come in, and majority of his money come from Africa. Yeah,
You know that.
I know him.
You know him.
100%.
Man.
I gotta stop. I gotta remember who I'm talking to. Nigga done bring electricity. He done did everything the fuck he had to do. Okay, so hold on, Akon. I got some questions, goddamn. I was ready for a long time, brother. We got the Lady Gaga shit out of here. Okay, so now, here's where we gotta go. I would like to say, rest in peace to Screw.
1,000%. Yeah.
I had never met Screw, me personally, but I've been affected by Screw's death. Because Capone and you guys somehow was whatever, I don't know the story, right?
Yeah.
Me and Capone was actually not in good terms.
At that time, yeah.
So, but I remember how much in the beginning when this first happened, how much, Block Roy, wherever I was at, people from Block Roy, they'd come up to me, yo, Nori, and I'm looking, and there'll always be somebody like, no, it's not him.
Really?
No, for real. It's real shit. Like, and they'd be like, no, it's not him. And I would just stand there, and they'd be like, but I understood, because I had never met Screw, but I understood how important he was.
Yeah.
And then, so me as a person who uses my intelligence, I went and studied. So I went, and that's probably one of the most genuine.
No, for 1,000%.
I've never met him.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, from what I've researched, it's probably one of the most straight up, I'm down, one of the most realist people. So how did you even meet Screw?
Yeah, they don't make them like him no more. I met him when I moved to Jersey.
Okay.
You know, he was actually the one that kind of mentored me because he was like a big brother to me. And then he introduced me to the whole, crew at Baldwin, the Baldwin posse at the time before Block Royal had even existed. And that's how that whole concept came about because we was like royalty on our own block.
Who was wanted?
We were all royalties on our own block.
royalty,
That was the mind state.
Okay.
And that's how it all, the whole concept came about. But he was clearly a leader though.
Right.
That's for sure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, and everybody looked up to him in a big way because he was the person. If there was a problem, they would call him to put both sides together and piece it together. That's why they called him Screw because he would screw. He would mend everything together.
I know a Puerto Rican that can go squash the beef and black project.
Exactly. Because he fuck with blacks, he fuck with Puerto Ricans, and everybody loved him and knew him. So when there was a problem, they'd call Screw and they're like, out of respect for him, they'd be like, all right, cool, we'll talk, we'll chop it up. And he always put people together. And that was his thing. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Yeah.
So do you know the actual story of?
Yeah. So.
What because I don't know.
All right. So it was me, Screw, and Capone. We were all hanging out that day.
Because y'all was actually
that whole
together.
week we was together.
Right.
That whole week, right?
Yeah.
And then but I was leaving. Me and Screw was leaving out to go to the Bahamas that day that it happened. Wow. So we was coming from New York. Me, Screw, Capone. We went up on the tunnel.
This is after locked up. This is Akon. Akon is not like you're not coming up. You're on your way.
Yeah, I'm on my way.
Okay, good.
Right. So, we was like, yo, we go heading to the Bahamas. Everything was going good. We used to do this thing every weekend at the ringside.
Ringside. You still do. I just seen a recent picture with you and Snoop Dogg at ringside.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yep. So
Mario is the guy named Mario.
He's our
Okay.
godfather down there.
Okay.
Right.
You see, I'm on point there.
Shout out Mario.
I do my research, nigga. I'm good at my job. Come on.
Yeah, so ultimately, so we invited Capone. We're like, yo, man, you got to come out, come fuck with us. You're going to have a great time.
Because was Capone eventually supposed to sign to Brock
Yeah,
Royal or
we was thinking about, because me and Screw was actually, that's my brother. So everything we was doing together. So the whole idea was, the Block Royal would be the
Convict music or?
Well, it was Convict was already in place.
Okay.
But Block Royal was something we wanted to do for the community.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And more so anything we wanted to make it more, keep it Latin.
Wow.
Convict music would be the black side, Block Royals the Latin side. Because it was different music, different genre, different, you know what I'm saying? So ultimately, we went up and had the comedy show. Everybody had a great time. Now, I had to go back to my hotel to grab my bags and everything because we leaving out that morning. So as I'm saying, okay, I'm gonna pull out. We get in the car. We start pulling in. They still in the comedy center. Everything lets out. Capone and everybody's downstairs chilling. Night's about to close out, but not quite. Everybody's out front. Capone was about to pull out, so Screw was like, all right, well, cool, let me just walk into the car, make sure everything is all good. As Capone was moving out, we went a little ahead of Screw, because there was a conversation happening, and as Capone was coming out, somebody jammed him against the door with a gun, trying to rob him for his chain. Screw noticed that dude was trying to get at him. So he rushed out to the front and caught dude dead in the act as he was robbing Capone.
Now you're not there, but this is what you hear.
Yeah, he was robbing Capone. So Screw stepped in front, grabbed the dude from, with the gun and snuffed him. As he snuffed him, everything was going on, moving around and going on. Everybody came out, realized, okay, there's a fight. Right. They all go jumping and everything else. And Screw was on top of him, just punching him. Next thing you know, he just fell on him. And he was like, why everybody jumping? They ain't not even going on.
So
Come to find out, because of all the commotion that was going, when Screw grabbed and punched dude, the gun went off.
Yeah. Wait, so the guy on the floor shot him? Or
Well, the gun went off. As he was snatching the gun to hit him, in the midst of the commotion, the gun went off.
I understand what you're saying now.
You follow what I'm saying?
Okay, now I understand. So the guy's, pardon me, because I don't want to point at you.
Yeah.
So the guy's pointing at him. Screw grabs him and
grabs the gun, punches him. In the mix of all that happening, okay, Screw's on top of him punching him now, so they're not thinking nobody got shot. He's not even knowing he got hit. Right. You follow when it went off. So when he fell on him, that's when they realized, oh shit, he's actually hit. You follow what I'm saying? So as they was rushing him to the hospital, he got there safely, but then by the time I got to the hospital, he had already been pronounced dead.
God bless.
Yeah.
God bless. And because the reason how I heard about it was a paper in Jersey had wrote about it. And when they wrote about it, they said Noriega. And I was like, what the
Yeah, because they couldn't tell y'all two apart at the time. They didn't know who.
So I was like, what the?
Because I kept calling him Nori when y'all was looking.
Oh, shit.
And they like, yo, I ain't Nori. B. I'm like, nigga, shit, this is Noriega. You just remember Noriega.
Right.
What? Like, that's all nigga you remember.
But God, first off, everybody, please, right now, I would like to have a moment of silence for Screw. So everybody, give us 3-4 seconds. God bless. Man, yeah, I never met the homie.
Yeah, good dude.
Every Puerto Rican nigga I ever met that knows him, they sit up to him like, y'all niggas. And I'm like, so I appreciate you keeping his memory alive, and I appreciate you keeping the Block Warrior people
for sure.
around you, Lake, because it's an honorable thing to do. Because at the level you're at, you don't have to keep ties with anybody. I mean, you don't have to. You should, but you don't have to. But the fact that you do shows how honorable you are. And I have to respect that. And I got a couple more questions. Then we go. You got one, E? Or you were okay?
Guy, what you got?
I got where I'm going is
a whole list.
where I'm where I'm going is different. All right. So you are married.
He went mad.
I can't go there just yet.
But you got like 9 though, right? That's hard.
That number's inflated.
It's inflated. That's 4.
Yeah, I got more than one. I can go that far.
Okay.
But I can't go deep into it just yet.
Okay. So you multiple wives.
Polygamy, yeah.
That's hard. Now, in order for me to do that, I got to be Muslim. I
Nah,
got to take my shahada.
you could be Mormon.
Huh?
You could be Mormon.
Mormon? No, I can't be Mormon.
Why not?
Them niggas don't watch TV. I need my TV, Akon. Come on. Mormon niggas, them niggas be rocking Crocs.
You could be Mormon or Muslim. Believe it or not, you can actually be Christian too. It's in the Bible.
Get out of here.
It's in the Bible.
It's a lot of religions.
Wait. Tell me the Bible shit, because
It's just y'all scared.
I'm definitely scared. Definitely.
But you can do it.
All right, so explain to the normal nigga that's scared that you can have Keisha and Aisha if you wanted to. I need you to explain it.
He's like, nah, I'm good. I'm good.
It's not that. Like in Africa, it's a tradition. So it's just a different lifestyle.
All your wives are African?
Nah, they all American actually.
This is what I'm trying to say. I gotta be a student right now. I'm in therapy class. How do you pull this off, sir?
But it's not really nothing you pull off. Like, think about it. Look at the average person today, right? You got your main girl. You got your side piece.
I don't got none of
I don't got none of that either. I got white.
Listen.
I can't do all that.
You got a Dominican girl, you better relax.
Dominican white.
Listen.
Right, you better relax.
Listen.
Okay.
I hear all that talking. I'm just saying. I don't know how y'all title them or how y'all say it, but if I go down, we all going down. That's New Jack City. No, I'm just joking. No,
I don't want to go down with you.
I'm just joking. No, real talk.
Akon.
Real talk. Okay, this may not apply to you or my brother O or whoever else that it may not apply to, but the average guy has his main chick, his side piece or mistress, his jump off, and whatever else new that come about. It could be a one night stand, it could be somebody you meet at the club, whatever the case may be. Now, at the end of the day, we can say that your girl don't know what you're doing or don't know what's happening, but she knows you better than you know yourself. She know what the hell you out there doing, bro. She just don't call you out on it. And women have this tendency of, well, it's actually natural. If you tell her that this is what it is, she builds and starts to structure her life around what you tell her.
Got niggas coughing back there, Akon. I just wanted to
Right?
keep going.
So that's how women do, because they're very emotional creatures. So they're gonna build their life around you and what makes you happy. And not only that, but what makes you comfortable. So if you tell, look, baby, this is what it is in my life, this is how it is, she builds her life around that now. So now, imagine being a person that caters their whole way of existence around the way you live, and then one day finds out that everything you've been telling her was a lie. So now she done structured her whole life around a lie. And then
She do.
niggas, then, I mean, every woman is different. How they react to it, it depends on the woman. But they gonna react. My approach is just totally different. I keep it all the way 100.
So you tell them from the beginning.
From the
married,
beginning.
I got 9 other motherfuckers.
Straight up.
And we gonna fuck, and you might be my 10th.
Sounds like credit cards. And
I know, I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I said it in a Nori way. But like in the Akon way, is it similar? Like, listen, baby, you can be the prize winner, and you getting it. It's not like
No, but see, Nora, you approaching it from a pimp.
no.
Like
I don't want to be. I tried to be a
pimps-
pimp for a week and it didn't work out
This
for
how
me.
pimps talk to women.
Yeah, it didn't work out for me. I don't
Like,
want to be a pimp.
Yeah, so
It's not good for
okay.
me.
Let's put it this way. It's as simple as this. Let's say you married.
I am.
Oh, we're not trying to. He's trying to look good in front of his wife and on camera.
Me too, nigga. I want you. Nigga, we together, nigga. Come on,
So what I'm saying is that makes you look guilty. You don't have to try hard. If you're a good person, listen. If you're a good husband, bro, can I tell you something? Can I tell you something?
Okay, I'm sorry.
If you're a good husband, you ain't gotta wave the white flag till nobody.
That's very true. I don't gotta do
You're a good
that.
husband. You're a good husband.
That's very true. That's very true. That's very true.
All this trying to look good. What are you hiding, bro?
I know I'm a god. I'm with you on this one. Hey,
Right?
I ain't with
So-
you on it, brother. Yeah. I'm a good husband. You better be claiming that too. I'm claiming that.
Let's say the average guy is taken, right? And he meets a girl. And the girl that he's with now, that he's taken with, he's already had a conversation saying, listen, this is my way of life. This is the tradition. Yes, I'm planning on marrying you, but I'm entitled to having 1, 2, 3, or 4 wives. All right? Now, you explain that to number one.
Okay.
From day one. If she's cool with that, then alhamdulillah, that's you. If she ain't cool with that, then she's not the wife for you. If that's what you plan to do. Now, on a woman's standpoint, this is what happens. 2 things happen. First of all, you keep it real with her, so she keeps that respect for you because you didn't lie to her. You told her exactly what you feel and what she's getting into. And number 2, now she can prepare herself mentally to say, okay, you know what? If I deal with Nori and this is what he wants, is this something that I want in my life? You follow what I'm saying? Now she can make that decision because you gave her the option to make that decision.
Okay, but have you ever met a bad bitch where you like, yo, what's up, baby? Yo, I'm trying to get with you and shit like, and then you like, I don't want no nigga with a wife and you just lied for that moment? You was like, I ain't got no vibes, bitch.
Never.
Come on.
Never, bro.
Never.
Never.
You wasn't in Mexico one night.
No, listen.
Akon, no, they
Never. Omar, you know this before I was who I was. You know this.
My father got too wild.
So what I'm saying is, at the end of the
Seen a
day,
picture of Pops too. He look like he's taking bitches down still. Still to this day. I've seen it.
if that happens, I tell her straight up, look, it's right now, I don't even try to hide it. I let them know straight up, I'm married. And I got this amount of kids, and they come first.
How many kids you have?
Enough.
I got 6 and a possible. I don't know where the other one nigga is at.
Possible. That's not for the possible, man.
Just give me honest. I got a possible running around there. I got a space hand, my nigga. Shit's real. I'm sorry.
And once they know, I mean, at that point, shit, if all fails, y'all can always just be friends. But if a woman know what she get into, bro, she ain't in a problem. We were just in the club just the other day, me and my little brother. And me knowing what everybody already know, the chicks came to me asking to be a wife.
She introduced herself to me as his next wife. Like, hi, I'm your brother's next wife. I'm like, he ain't even met you yet.
Yeah.
But
That's
how
hard,
she wanted
man.
me.
That's
and,
hard.
And then she went to him like, hello, I'm your new wife.
And
I
letting
was
her
like,
know.
you live. She let him know that she is.
But will that
But
happen
let
to
him
the
know that-
regular dude?
that
It
he
won't
can
happen to the
leave.
regular
No,
Right
because
now.
the regular dude ain't communicate that.
Right.
You follow? Like, if I already communicated that,
Talk that
the woman
shit,
comes to me already knowing what it is. Now, you haven't communicated that, so she's coming to you knowing what it is to her.
And you
Until
know
you tell
his
her
girl. You know
otherwise.
his girl was in Big Pimpin' video.
Not my girl, bro. Relax. Relax, dog.
His girl.
My ex-girlfriend from like fucking high school. This
was
guy
in Big
brings it up
Pimpin'
like it was
video?
yesterday.
Listen, his girl. Listen. His girl
fucking
was in
guy.
Big Pimpin' video. His girl was in
Not my girl.
Made You Look. And what other video?
First of all, you making up videos now, bro. You know the grapevine stories? This motherfucker takes it to another level,
I'm
dog.
trying to think of the Made You Look video.
No, it wasn't Major Look. He's New York.
I listen, Akon.
There's only dudes in that video.
Uchiwali. Excuse me. Listen, Akon, I want you to
Uchiwali.
Yeah, and bro, listen.
She was up on
I
horse.
want you to let me know. She was up on. Listen.
You can hear his story, but then there's a real story.
All right,
So go ahead.
listen. I want you to tell me if my friend is petty or not. His name is DJ EFN. He's my brother. He's
This is
my
the
partner.
fake story.
Make some noise for him, goddamn. But his girl went to Big Pimpin' video.
My real girl hates that you bring this story up all the fucking time.
And then she went to Uchiwali video, and then he never dealt with her.
No, that's not
again.
the way it went down.
She in both videos?
Nah,
She was in both
in
videos.
the song.
No, this is my story. I'll let you tell your story then. Now, if your girl went to Big Pimpin' and Uchiwali video,
Who girl?
your
Didn't
girl.
go to it. She didn't go to
No,
it.
I'm just saying. If
was-
your girl, she's aspiring to be a model.
No, she's
Would
in
you
the
cut her
video.
off?
A girl inspiring to be a model?
She's aspiring to be a model.
And goes to a
I
Uchiwali
want
video.
no girl that's
Uchi-
inspired to be a model.
I'm not gonna lie. I'm with you on that.
Don't listen to his
back when
version,
they were
though.
inspired to be a model, I worked for the casting company.
So what you was
You
doing?
casted
at the
her.
time?
Casting
saying?
them in the videos, making them to be aspiring models.
The way you just
He put a business model together right now
Shout out to Casting by
a
Carolyn.
nigga look like a Harvey Weinstein with the.
with the two bunnies.
I'm fucking with you. I'm sorry, that wasn't funny.
Y'all both know, right?
Yeah.
But all right, cool.
Especially in that era of hip hop,
Yes.
models don't exist in casting. Like,
You
these-
saying you knocked down a lot of models?
no. What I'm saying is,
I was trying to go there.
I know you, nigga.
You know what road he's going
What,
down.
what I'm trying to say is, music videos were never made for models.
Right.
So if you're trying to be an inspiring model, the video scene is not where you're gonna be at. Because first of all, if you've been in a video, agencies ain't even gonna accept you. Because they never, at that time especially, they didn't look at hip hop videos
Right.
as something classy. They look at it as something ratchet.
So he pleaded my case for me.
You know what I'm saying?
But the video models was popping.
Yeah.
2000s.
I mean, it all depends. I'm good.
I'm gonna try.
He said he's good like a smoker.
He almost reached out. I was like, oh. In my mind. So you said the video mod. Okay, so now.
He was wrong for cutting her off for being in Uchiwali video.
I didn't cut her off. If I.
No, he did the right thing.
No, I didn't cut her off though. We went separate ways. When she decided to go that
She
way.
was on horse.
All right, wait, hold on. What was
did
the
say-
first video she was in?
The thong song.
At that time,
song.
bro.
Thong song remix, I think.
At that time, you did the right thing, bro.
The thong song.
If she was a dog
Just
song.
the thong song. Did he do the right thing, my cousin?
Bro, he did the right thing by Uchi Wally. Bro, this Uchi Wally.
There's a laundry list of videos we can talk about right now.
Well, thong song, that ain't really no threat.
Why it's not a threat? Because Cisco ain't trying to knock her
Cisco
down.
Running on top of their heads and all that.
Cisco ain't trying to knock her down.
Cisco was a good guy.
Fucking everything back
Cisco was a
then.
good guy.
I told you she was in one of your videos in the
Cisco was a good
joint
guy.
that never came out, the Ja Rule joint.
I'm gonna live my life. Yeah.
She was there.
Yeah, Cisco was a good guy. But y'all niggas, man, if my woman talking about she coming to you, one of y'all, man, what?
Nah, I ain't gonna lie. Right now, if your woman tell you she's coming to my video right now, she's safe.
You mad?
Yeah, I mean,
I'm mad.
bro,
But-
listen.
but I ain't gonna lie.
Listen, your ring is as big as mine.
Oh, shit, yeah,
so
yeah.
we in the same boat.
But you got 8 of them though, my nigga. I got one, my nigga.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie. I know you doing something good. Cause I can't do it, man. 8 or whatever you got. It doesn't matter how many you got. That shit is, you got more than one. And you don't got gray hairs. Why you don't got gray hairs?
I don't know, bro. I honestly don't know. No, it's just communication, man.
Dope.
It's communication. But the hardest part is the time.
Spending time.
That's the hardest part. The hardest part, honestly, is putting the time in.
So what does Akon do on a date? What do you go to roller skating rinks?
Oh, you mean for fun?
Yeah.
I go to the movies.
Movies?
Yeah.
What's the last movie you saw?
Shit, I ain't been to the movies in a minute.
So he ain't had no fun lately.
Hey,
The ladies is listening like, what the
working, he
fuck?
working.
Hey, man, I've been working so hard, man. I don't even...
So what do you do for fun? What is a fun day for?
The studio, honestly.
Nah, man, you
Man, I
can't
promise
do that.
you.
Nah,
I
all right,
promise you,
no.
bro.
Fuck the studio. Come on.
I promise you,
Stop,
bro.
because you answer it like me. That's exactly
No,
how.
but on everything.
Yeah, but I only got one woman, so that's cool. But what do you gotta satisfy other people? All right, so now, one of your wives. We don't know how many wives we got. We don't care. We just know you got a lot. One of your wives come to you and say, baby, I would like to spend a day with you. What is your plan? Take it from there.
I would tell her to make the plan.
You would tell them to make the plan.
Yeah, it's easier.
Okay. So now she's
And they got more time to think about. They do great. I mean, when we do things, there ain't really much we could do. Like,
right.
we don't do much. Like,
You can't really walk through the park.
Yeah, like,
Because
they
can't walk.
know
through
all the
Flushing Meadow
activities.
Park.
Like they know all the fun stuff to do. Like
Right. You can't go to Noble by yourself.
Noble, yeah, everybody in Noble.
You could go to Noble by yourself? Which Noble though? New York?
I ain't never been to Noble,
You ain't never been to, well, come on.
but I can go.
You never been to Noble?
What is Noble, man? I don't know what the fuck.
What the fuck?
Japanese shit.
The only Noble I've ever been to was the one in the UK, but not in the States.
You gotta go to the one in Malibu, brother.
I ain't been to one. You know what? I take that back. I did go to the one in Malibu. That's the new one, the one near the
Soho House?
new Soso. Yeah.
High five, high
I'm
five.
talking that rich
No,
shit.
high five. Yo, listen. You got it. That's
I gotta get used to the high five. That's some white boy shit.
I've
That's a white boy
definitely
shit
been
right
hanging
there.
around white boys a long time, man. Yeah, high five. Yeah, I ain't gonna
feels
lie. I'm a
different.
little crazy. So, but you have ate a Noble. That's a good thing. Noble is
But
one
I
of
was
the.
never really like a industry restaurant type of dude. That's why you never see me in them restaurants.
Wow.
The food is bland. The service is mad little. I like the hole in the wall gutter, like soul food, West
Okay,
Indian.
let's-
You'll find me in the hood for food.
So let's describe one of your favorite hood foods, because you know I got a food show as well. Let's describe one of your favorite hood food shops.
Oh man, Island Cafe in Atlanta, off Memorial Drive.
Island Cafe.
Bro, listen to me. I don't care where you ever ate West Indian food, you ain't gonna find no place better than this.
Island
spot.
Cafe.
Island Cafe.
Have you ever ate famous fish on 145th Street and St. Nicholas in Harlem?
No, I don't think so. I might have
That's
though.
the spot you took us to after.
I might have though. What kind of spot is it?
It's fried fish.
Oh yeah, if it's fried fish, I ain't been in there.
Oh, you don't fuck with fried fish?
Not since high school.
Why? What happened?
Just,
Your girlfriend gave you crabs? You eat that fried fish?
This is high school.
Everybody loves, every
No.
black nigga in the world loves fried fish.
Nah,
Akon.
but-
now you white now.
No,
You
no,
just
no,
do
it's
this.
not even It's not even.
High five.
No, when you start experiencing other types of fishes,
Yeah, it's true.
like it's just different. Like
Because fried fish is where you start at.
Yeah, tilapia is
and
hard.
there ain't really no
Tilapia is
flavor.
hard.
Ain't flavor in fried fish until you put some hot sauce on it. Whereas when you start eating like grill
This nigga's
with the
down
certain
south.
seasoning and all
That's
that,
Missouri coming
it's a
out.
different
Compensate for
taste.
That is
everything.
St.
Yeah.
Louis
Hot sauce, yeah.
coming out of him like hell.
It's
That is
different.
St. Louis. That's some St. Louis shit right
That's some
there.
Louis shit for real.
Nigga said you ain't even tasting it until you put hot
Hot
sauce
sauce
on
on
it.
it, yeah.
Jesus. You are a dirty Mo right now. Yo, but okay, boom. So Locked Up.
Mm-hmm.
We already covered that? No, we did not. This is your introduction to the industry. Locked up, they won't let me out. I know I can't sing. I apologize. But you understand my passion.
Mm-hmm.
Locked Up comes out. Now, you say you was born in St. Louis. So you're actually not the immigrants that that's going through this immigration shit right now. But you could have easily been born in Senegal.
But you went back to Senegal, right? You were just born and then went
just
back.
born and went
So
back.
coming back, you are like
Oh, I
the
was an
immigrants
immigrant.
going
That's
through.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah, yeah.
So Locked Up, if you would have been born in Senegal 2 days before, came to St. Louis, and then went and got locked up, you wouldn't even be here.
Possibly not.
So how do you, one, how do you feel like about the immigration shit?
Oh, it's horrible. Like that's horrible, bro. Honestly, I don't even know what to say about it. You know, it's just inhuman to me.
Right.
'Cause I was never a kind of person that liked anything like gates, barriers, or borders. Anyway, you know what I'm saying? I always
Right.
feel like the earth was built for us to roam through it. Like there should be like a borderline where you can go on Earth. I'm talking about.
You reside in the States right now?
Yeah, I'm based in the
Do you ever feel like with everything going on right now to like live somewhere else, another country?
I mean, I got places in other countries, but I prefer to be in the States. Yeah. Now, if I had to make a choice between living in Africa and living in the States, I would choose Africa.
Get the fuck out of here. What part of Africa?
In Senegal.
Senegal? Yep. Shit real like that?
Yeah, it's amazing.
It got like a Miami type of place?
Yep.
I'm in. Where at? What's the shit name?
Dakar.
Dakar? I'm in.
Let's go.
Nah,
Take my
you-
money and get the fuck up out of here.
Yeah, you go Dakar, Cape Verde, all is right next door to each other.
Cape
I mean,
Verde?
beautiful. It's like Hawaii.
Oh, Cape Verde?
Yeah.
Oh, that's where Cape Verdeans come
It's right
from?
next door to
Yeah.
Senegal. Yeah.
Oh, wow. That's where that's where all Boston is from.
Yeah, majority of Boston.
Half
niggas
of
love
Boston and
together.
Rhode Island
Yeah.
is from there.
And Eritrea is over there too.
And what?
Eritrea.
Eritrea. Oh, God damn it. It sounds very exotic. So now Locked Up. So this song comes out. Now, it's inspired from you being locked up where, at what time?
What you mean, like when?
Yeah.
I got locked up in around, I think, 98.
got locked up in 98. I had NRE album. I was shining at that time.
Yeah,
I'm so sorry.
That's right.
I'm so sorry. Was you listening to my album in jail? Because
Hell
that
yeah.
shit was lit.
After I got out. And before, nigga, what you talking
Okay,
about?
so Locked Up. You come home. SRC, correct?
Yep.
This is Steve Rifkin, which is my boy. Steve Rifkin.
Formerly Loud Music.
Former Loud Music.
Yeah, formerly Loud.
So how does this connection come out for Locked Up to even come out?
Well, when I got out, I was at the crib, just kind of just in the studio.
Jersey City?
No, I was in Atlanta, living in Atlanta at that time. And then,
No gas station at the time.
no gas station.
Pre-gas station.
Yeah, it is. So, Divine was shopping 5 songs that I had just recorded.
Who?
Divine.
Okay.
Yeah. So ultimately what happened was we had got offers from like 4 or 5 labels. And Steve Rifkin was brought to our attention through a friend of ours named Bernard Alexander.
I know Bedard doesn't that. But at the time, Steve Rifkin never had anything R&B. Is that correct?
No, he did. He had some.
I wasn't
what?
quite sure what his. I didn't even know who Steve Rifkin was at that time. But he was coming off the
Mobb Deep,
Wu-Tang, the
okay.
Mobb Deep, Fat Joe, and all those guys.
Big Pun.
Big Pun, rather. I'm sorry. So at the times, like we was literally in the middle of the hood. Like we lived in Atlanta, where I was staying at the time. We was like in the center of the hood, but we had like a huge mansion right in the middle of the hood, right? And I was upstairs, and Devon was like, "Yo, man, you know, we got an exec that's gonna come by and, you know, meet you. He want to meet you." So I wasn't sure from what label or who. You know, and then I looked outside and I see, you know, these two white guys coming to the door with T-shirts and jeans, and one had a suit on.
And who? Steve Rifkin and who?
It was, I don't know who the other two guys he was.
Was it Richard Isaacson?
No, you know what? Rich Isaacson, I think, was one of them at the time.
Okay.
I think he was one of them. The other one was some Russian security dude. But I thought he was the Fed, so I ran through the back door.
Wait, what?
that meeting ended quick.
Wait, nigga pulled up and you ran?
I ran out the back
Nigga
door.
coming to sign you.
Damn.
What kind of life is you living in, Clark? Jesus. Okay.
Right, so now they're in the living room waiting. Devon like, what the hell's Kai? Come find out. I done dipped out the back door, so he go find me. I'm at the park like, nigga, what the fuck? He said, nigga, get over here, man. That's exactly what I was telling you about. I was like, oh shit. So I come back through the front door, and I see Steve Rifkin. You know, mad.
You don't know who Steve Rifkin is?
I have no idea. Down to earth though. You know, mad cool. He comes. He said, "Listen, I know you got other offers on the table." He said, I don't have any money. I'm gonna tell you right now, I don't have enough. I don't have the kind of money they're gonna offer you." He said, "But what I can tell you is that if you sign with me, I'm gonna hold you down, and I'm gonna do everything in my power to make sure I make you a star, no matter what. Whatever sacrifice I need to make, I'm gonna make them." And what drew me to Steve was the fact, first of all, he came to my house in the hood where nobody would show up in that area. That was 4th Ward. So for him to come that far and take the first flight out after hearing the records and come to me, that was worth more than any kind of money anybody.
But how did you guys even get him the records? I'm sorry.
It was sent to him.
Okay.
It was you know, the records was sent to him.
But y'all met him somewhere or something, or?
We had never met until.
Were y'all sending records out to labels?
Nah, Bernard came and took my records. Okay. You know, Bernard came and took my records, and he went around, you know, shopping them. And I think he connected with a guy named, at the time, it was Kenny Burns.
Wow.
Yeah, we had Kenny on the show.
And then Kenny Burns was the one that took the record to Steve Rifkin. You know what I'm saying? And you got matter of fact, I take that back. It was Isaacson. Yeah. And then when they was on three-way, Kenny was on the other side, like, nigga, I told you, nigga, I'm telling you, nigga, I told you, nigga. You know, he was one. But yeah, Kenny definitely was the one that passed it over to Steve before Steve came out there. But it was more about, you know, I knew at that moment that I can build something with this guy. You know what I'm saying? With Steve. That's when I knew I could build something big with him, because it was about his passion for what I did and his willingness to be down no matter what. And that meant more to me than anything, especially with that mentality, street mentality at that time.
So when you think about the word lonely, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
DeKalb County.
Sounds like a jail. Yep. Is that a jail?
That's where I wrote the song.
I did not know that. Smoke some more. Had no idea. I had locked up and lonely next to each other. Had no idea. So lonely, you was locked up in jail?
Yeah, that's where I wrote it.
Wow.
That whole first album, majority of it, every song in there was wrote in jail except Trouble Nobody. Because and the reason why, like, Ghetto was written in there. I mean, all of the songs except Trouble Nobody. Trouble Nobody was the only song off that album that I didn't write while I was locked up. And I wrote that after I left court. I got out of court and I wrote that one because the judge told me not to trouble nobody.
Wow. So, you come home. What makes you want to keep these songs? Not write all new material.
I wouldn't know how to write new material because all my songs are based on my experiences. So I didn't know how to not talk about what I was already going through. First of all, because I was surrounded by it and, like, I was being drowned by everything that I'm going through anyway. So I couldn't even think outside of what I was dealing with to even make up a story or make up a song for that matter. You know what I'm saying? So that experience actually became the content in which I wrote about.
Before you were in, were you already an aspiring artist?
Before I was in, I was inspiring hustler. I think the music was more of like a way of kind of event kind of platform for me, like that, because I never really talked to too many people about my problems. So whenever I was going through something, I just wrote about it.
Like a release.
Yeah, so music was more like a hobby for me at that time. I didn't think it would be something I utilized as a career.
Okay, now, invest in Africa. I know we touched on it a little bit earlier. I'd like to go a little bit more deeper in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Why should we invest in Africa? I know why we should invest in Africa, but I would like for us to tell the masses, the whole world.
Well, this is what I can tell you. I know a lot of times we have the tendency to blame the white man for everything that's going wrong, right? And
white man is fucked up. Fuck it.
Yeah.
I'm just playing.
No, I mean that's how
maybe not.
That's the majority of African Americans in America feel. You know, you're not saying nothing that everybody don't feel. That don't necessarily mean it's true.
Right.
But with the circumstances that surround us, that's why we believe that way. You know, so at the end of the day, it was like if you are in a position in life where you feel like you don't own your own content, you don't own anything, and they should be investing in us. This is the opportunity now to be able to own that in which we're complaining about. Because in Africa, it's a clean slate. You can build that empire there. You can build that infrastructure there. It just, and you already got the information. You're already educated on how to do it because we've done it here and made billions of dollars for corporations all day. Africa is the only place in the world where black people can go and build Fortune 500 companies from scratch within 5 years.
It could be like China, easily.
No, seriously. And this took them hundreds of years to build. You can build it now within 5 years.
Yeah.
China took that same, mind state 25 years ago. China was no different from Africa 25 years ago. Go to China now. Look at Dubai, the Middle East. They just started 15 years ago and started building that same concept.
I'm kind of... Me just want to be 100%. I understand what you exactly mean. So you're saying that Africa right now. So how can Africa be the new China? How can we say that? So
Black people.
For all our black people, yes.
Go back to Africa.
Okay.
Whatever you're doing here, do it there. Whether it's real estate, entertainment, education,
label, sneaker company,
whatever,
clothing line,
whatever.
Start it there.
Do it there. Don't even start it. Do it there. It's going to grow out of there anyway. But Africa's big enough you won't ever have to need no other country anyway. Think about it. Everything you do is in
you
America.
get hot in Africa.
No, you don't.
Well, it depends on you said
Africa's the second biggest continent in the world.
Africa.
It's over 1 billion people.
Who's the biggest continent? Europe?
Huh?
Who's the biggest continent?
Well, it's continent and country.
Asia is the biggest continent.
Asia, and that's
Then
China,
Africa.
Korea.
It's all them
Russia,
and India, all them put together though.
Right.
That makes Asia.
Right.
And it's not that much bigger than Africa. And Africa's the second biggest continent.
With more natural resources as well.
With all the natural resources.
Right.
That's the difference. So we literally got a pot of gold and nobody even going for it.
Exploited by outsiders.
So how do we start this? How do we start to say, you know what? Let's invest back in the motherland. Let's
I think the key is to, first of all, you got to release the fear because a lot of, African Americans are afraid to go to Africa.
No, because I'm not going to lie. I'm not gonna lie.
Which, naturally.
I was offered so many shows to Africa, I'll be honest. And then they told me I could get shots. And I was like, I'm good.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd never actually been to Africa because I didn't want to get the shots. I didn't know they injecting shit in me. Like, I was scared. This is back in the day.
That's why I said you got to release the fear.
Gotta release the fear.
You have to because first of all, only white people need shots to go to Africa. Black people don't need no shots to go to Africa.
But why is that even a rumor that you need shots to go to Africa?
I mean, it's fear. The same way they told you AIDS started in Africa.
Wow.
You could die from malaria. They're telling you all this stuff. None of that stuff is real.
Wow.
They tell you, well, you go to Africa, you got to take, shots. And you got to take like 5 or 6 different, types of shots to save you from this, save you from that, save you from this.
Why does that rumor even exist, though?
I mean, because they know the value of black people going back home. Can you just imagine if African Americans in America decided, you know what, man, fuck America, we going back home. And then all the value that we bring here, we took over there. America wouldn't exist no more.
Club Live and Zumanda.
None of that would work. Think about it. Just imagine, man. All the major ball players left, started their own team back home. All the major recording artists left, started their own labels back home. Just imagine, just those two sectors. We're not talking about all the inventors that never got the credit for all the shit that they inventing, like cell phones and all that black people invented.
Black excellence.
You would never even know. All these software companies that's taking, you have no idea, like people, we don't even know how much value we even have. We have no idea. Just imagine if we just woke up one day.
I gotta wake up with you, Akon.
Pause.
That's real, man. No, that's real. That's real. That's
Just think
real.
about it.
That's real. That's real, man. No, that's real, man.
Because collectively, we got enough to do it. We don't have to buy or borrow any from nobody. We can do it ourselves if we just came together to do it.
That's such a beautiful thing. I really would like to be involved in something like that. I want to invest in Africa. I want to invest in the Left Rack City of Africa.
Just starting with land.
Oh.
You start with land. Think about it, right?
Lamb?
Land.
Okay.
Buying land?
I thought I had to buy animals.
Right, just think about it.
And lamb? I don't
No,
really
like
like them niggas
agriculture
like that.
too, bro. You have no
No,
idea.
I don't like lamb like that. I like lamb. That's cool.
But just think about it, right? What's the average cost of an acre in New York City? Just think, you can't. But if you could buy it, you're gonna spend at least 5-6 million an acre.
Right.
Easy. So now imagine you had that 6 million in Africa. You know how many acres you can buy for 6 million in Africa?
I do not know because I'm ready to move.
1,000
Drink Champ
acres.
Podcast. We're going out there. Go ahead.
You can buy 1,000 acres with $6 million in Africa.
I could live like the king of Zamunda. Would they wash my royal penis? I just need to understand that. Because I'm going to be honest, I think even my wife would let that go down. My wife would be like, all right, cool. That's it. They're just going to wash my royal penis. That's it. Nothing else going down, baby. Sorry, let me look around, make sure my wife's not here. She just might pop up. Right. But that's how we can live in Africa.
Man, you can live it up, man.
Have you been to Zamunda where Eddie Murphy was from? And
You mean today's Wakanda? Today's Wakanda, basically.
that was the original Wakanda.
That was the original Wakanda.
It was Zamunda,
Yeah, Coming to
right?
America was the original Wakanda.
Zamunda, right?
Yeah, Zamunda.
The nigga got his own money.
Yeah.
You got your own money. Let's make some noise at Akon. The nigga got his own money, my nigga. Oh my God. That's real. I'm trying to have my own money too, man. No, I don't want to. I'll have your money. I'm gonna spend your money. Fuck that. All right. So now, Soul Survivor, Young Jeezy.
Mm-hmm.
I seen y'all 20 years later, looking young. Just recently performed it. Both of y'all with suits on. Jeezy had on no socks. It was crazy. You see Jeezy wears different shorts now. I went to his crib. His shorts is different. He's getting a lot of money. I'm getting a lot of money shorts. When the first initial phone call happened, Jeezy, a new artist, because he's predominantly a new artist.
Yeah,
And then
at that time,
and then you guys created Paid in Fall. So where were you at? In what position?
You was in Atlanta doing this stuff, so
yeah,
he
I
was
was in
already
Atlanta.
buzzing in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Meeting.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did establish that.
Yeah.
So they get that call. So what do you think from there?
What call? Which one you talking about?
Jeezy, because I'm Soul Survivor. So you get the call to say that that they want you on Soul Survivor.
No, that was actually Meech was the one that called me and told me to help, be a part of turning them up. Because I had DJ Nando under me at that time.
Of course, at this time, this is already locked up. Is already out.
Oh yeah, all that was already out.
Okay.
So everybody had huge influences at the time. BMF was one of the biggest influences on the street side in Atlanta at that time.
Okay.
And my little brother Omar was running around with them. And me, I couldn't be around any of that at that moment in time because where I was going and all this other craziness. But ultimately, music was what I was known for in Atlanta. So Meech reached out and was like, man, I got this art I need you to hear. This one I first heard, and I went to Patchwork and met Jeezy personally and played me that
Patchwork, that's the
mixtape.
studio.
That was just fucking ridiculous, yeah.
Okay.
So me and Jeezy just connect instantly from that connection. And then I thought about it the whole time I was in Vegas, and I had this record that I had wrote, and I was trying to figure out when I was gonna release it. But
Tell me you gave
after hearing
Don't tell me you
Jeezy,
gave Jeezy Soul Survivor.
listen, after hearing Jeezy on that record, I said, yo, this record right now, especially what's happening with that buzz and what's going on with him, this record gonna change the game.
So you telling me? Are you telling me you gave Jeezy Soul Survivor?
Yeah, I gave it to him. Yep. But it did what it was supposed to do. It did exactly what it was supposed to do.
Love this quietness of the room.
Yeah.
Now everybody make some fucking noise. So the guy wants to do a record with you.
Mm-hmm.
You never really heard of him, but you know of the fam.
Yeah. it was the
BMF
fam.
lit, and you say, let me. This is the record. I'm a soul survivor. Was your vocals already on there?
Yeah, the vocals was already on it. No, like literally, I called him, I said, nigga, I got the record for you.
Jeezy or
Jeezy.
Did he instantly love the record?
The moment I sent it, 5 minutes ain't go by. After the chorus came, he called me and said, nigga, this shit right here. I said, I'm telling you, bro.
this shit right here, nigga?
It was.
Did he say this shit right here, nigga?
I knew it too. I was like, I
knew it too. I would have knew it too.
I knew it. But he was the perfect. I felt like he was the perfect. At that time, I thought he was more perfect for that record than me. And
You made it.
Mm-hmm.
Your producer.
Yep. That's when I was in full production mode. I just felt like it was a stronger record, it being his, than mine as an artist at that time. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So you gave it to him. He lays it.
And he bodied it too. And that's when I was more confirmed. When he sent his verses back, I was like, oh my God, this is out of here.
So he sent you the record back.
Yeah.
Prior to it release.
Yeah.
Heard it. Where was you at?
Oh, I was still in Vegas when he sent it back. He sent it back the next day.
I feel like he was in Tootsie's for some reason.
But then again, when I was in Miami, that's my spot.
See, the only thing about Tootsie's, they music suck. Let's just throw it out there.
Yeah, the music is horrible.
The music horrible in Tootsie's. Food is fantastic. Women, fantastic. Food, I'm a fat guy. Like, I like to eat.
Yeah.
I like a little bit of lemon pepper. I gotta relax. What's up, my man? How you doing, man? You look like you very artistic. I'm just throwing it out.
Hey,
throwing it out there.
Hey, you know what's funny? When I first met him, I told him the exact same thing. I said the exact same thing.
I ain't gonna lie. You look like somebody Pharrell would hire. So, so I'm fucking with you, nigga. I don't know your name. But you
he
my
good
friend.
dude too. Great,
You my friend.
Yeah, good dude.
So, Akon, all right. You've basically done, like if the industry was a girl, you fucked her in the ear, fucked her in the nose, you fucked her in the ass. Like this, that you started out with that. That was the second thing you did after you fucked man with the pussy. What is the next thing? Did I go too far? I feel like I went too far. A little bit. All right.
Yeah, you might have went just a little bit.
Just a little too far. All right. So what's the next thing for Akon? Because now you got the cryptocurrency. You've discovered the biggest white girl. You discovered the new Britney Spears in our day and time. Lady Gaga.
I think she's beyond that.
I'm just saying in our day and time, I'm good.
She's a legend.
Mike
for
still.
sure.
So what the fuck could be left else for you to do?
That's it. Just build a legacy.
Build a legacy.
Yep. Keep the platform available for everybody else to be able to get up and have the opportunity to do the same thing.
That was so corporate, I don't even know how to answer that. That was real. Oh, say that again? I'm sorry. Fuck it. That was real. I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, I mean, we don't put each other on enough.
Right. We don't put each other on.
We just don't, man. You know, I built my career off making other people's careers. If we all did that, we'd be good.
Now, also, French Montana was your artist first.
Yep.
How did that transpire?
Oh man, actually, Gabi brought him to me.
Gabi from Loud SRC.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gabi brought him to me.
My man Gabi, this nigga, his phone, it just sticks to his
It
shit.
just sticks to his cheek.
Yeah, no, don't give me that one.
He hold it with that one finger, like.
He be like, yeah.
Yeah. That's God.
So Gabi brung you
That
French.
face.
Now, what happened? Now, is this the DVD era?
Yeah, this around the time when he was he had just did the DVD. He was doing the DVDs. And then I signed him, and then we rolled together for about a good year. You know, flew him to Atlanta. You know, he started.
When he met Gucci Man and these other niggas?
he got inspired on that side because French was a chameleon. Like he can adapt any style. And the good thing about him that he was one of the artists that didn't want to be put in one specific box and would try different things. You know what I'm saying? That's why I liked him a lot. You know, so he definitely engulfed in that. And then we was working some records in New York, and then he called me. He was like, "Yo, man, I got a call from Diddy. You know, Diddy really want to be a part of the project." I said, "Well, shit, let's talk to him and see what's going on." And you know, we met with Diddy, and Diddy, you know, at the time, Diddy and French would spend a lot of time together. You know, because I'll be wanting everybody to get around and just make sure they understand the game, who they're dealing with. And Diddy was always one of those dudes when it comes to artists from New York. I always felt like he a good part of the have, especially running around in New York. So he called, he's like, "Yo, man, you know, Puff want to sign me. What do you think?" I said, "Well, shit, nigga, you should do it." He said, "What you mean, you gonna feel some kind of way?" I said, "Nigga, you are a New York-based artist. Y'all niggas New York shit. I'm international. I can't do shit from you until you break in New York anyway. Ain't nothing I can do for you." You know? And that nigga believe in you. I'm not gonna tell you no lie. That nigga believe in you. So I reached out to Diddy, and Diddy was like, because I had just did the joint venture with Diddy and Red Cafe, right, shortly before. You know, and he was like, "Yo, nigga, I'm telling you, we got another one. What's up with this nigga French?" I said, "Diddy, man, listen, please, if that nigga want to be with you and you feel like this is something that you could take the next level, let's work these things out. Let's just let them go. Make it happen." Because I always felt like, you know, collaboration is gonna be the key to your advancement anyway. But you got to just make sure you got the right partner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And the things that Diddy could do for French at that time, I didn't have the time to do it for him. You know, French is like my little brother, and I wanted to make sure he got the best of the best for what it is he was trying to do. And at that time, I thought Diddy was that guy. You know what I'm saying? So we made sure that deal happened over for him at Bad Boy.
So now the deal did happen. Are you in that deal? Like,
Nah.
secretly?
You know me, like I told you, I build them to fly.
You so rich, you ain't.
I don't stick, yeah. I mean,
got
for
gas
what?
station in your crib. You niggas say,
no,
"Bad nigga, bad nigga." I don't expect that.
Yeah, I don't like
I did that a
artists
couple
down
of
to
times. I
contracts.
don't know if I'm as smooth as you
Yeah,
with
I
it.
don't do that. I don't lock them down to where they can't move. I can't do that.
Akon, this nigga's an honorable nigga. Nigga, you don't let the nigga go.
Why not? Yeah, like why not? Look where he at today though. Look at him. And it's nothing. It ain't nothing for me to pick up the phone and say, "Yo, French, I need this, I need that," and I don't get it. I mean, it's only empowering me.
But is there ever any move that you actually made that you regretted?
You know what I mean? Like you mean as far as artists?
Anything? Just like you did it as artists.
Oh, the one thing that I do regret though, and I think I would have probably handled it different with the mindset, obviously with the mindset I had now, but if I can still have that mindset I had then and make a better decision, was that Poughkeepsie situation. That's the one thing that I did.
When you grinded on the girl?
Yeah, no, not that. The dude, yeah, don't tossing that kid off the stage. Well, that nigga wasn't no kid. He was a grown-ass man. But.
Wait, I forgot. What happened with this situation?
Well, it was a big concert in Poughkeepsie, New York, and I was performing, headlining, and as I'm in the middle of performance, somebody threw something on stage at me, and I caught it like right before it hit me in the eye, and I looked, and at that time I just felt disrespected. Like I was always, when it comes to disrespect, I just don't know how to handle that. Like I just can't let nobody disrespect me, especially in front of 20,000 people.
Right.
So I was like, "Yo, who threw that?" And the whole crowd went like this. Like just literally pointed at him. They just literally pointed him out. I was like, "Yo, get him up here." And as he's coming up to the stage, I'm trying to think, okay, what can I possibly do to this nigga to let everybody know the disrespectful
He actually
is not
volunteered
allowed.
to come on stage?
No, he didn't volunteer. They actually
They
brought him
drug his
to me.
ass on stage.
They brought him to me. And in my mind, I said, okay, cool, I'm just gonna knock him out and call it a day. But then when he came...
But if you would have knocked him out, you would have just kept performing.
Oh no, I just knocked him out and just kept performing.
It would have been just as bad.
Yeah, but I wouldn't have cared because at least
Right.
I got it out.
Right.
But then when he came, because they brought him to the side of the stage, he came, I just saw the look on his face, like the nigga was happy to be up there. Like he was like, ah. So I'm looking, I'm like, damn, this nigga's actually a real fan. Like, and he's happy to be here. So in my mind, maybe he was just doing that to get my attention.
Don't roundhouse kick him.
No, but so that made me not knock him out. But I said he still gotta, something
Learn
gotta,
the lesson,
because
right.
even if it ain't for him, it's for everybody out there that think they can do the same thing.
Right.
So I was like,
Kick him in his balls.
Yeah, so no.
Is your assistant?
So I had to find a punishment that wouldn't
A suitable
kill him
punishment.
or hurt him, but at the same time would give the word out that I ain't the one to be fucking with
Right.
like that. So I said, I got it. I said, so you want throw shit on niggas on stage. So at that moment, I feel like an eye for an eye. You throw something at me, I throw you, right? I just picked him up, saw a soft spot, and tossed him over there. And that's how it was what happened.
And them niggas said,
kind of stage dive.
Akon did it. They was like Cardi B's little baby picture. Akon did it.
Yeah, but
That's exactly what happened, right? You were like Cardi B a little bit. Akon did it. That's exactly what happened. And then,
man.
and what was this at? This was in Europe.
this is New York.
Poughkeepsie, he said.
It was in New York.
Poughkeepsie.
What would you have done different, though? You said that you would have done that differently. What would you have done different?
The security handler.
Yeah, honestly, after that happened, I would have just kept going on with the show like I ain't even see it.
Right.
Knowing that, But then I stopped the music. I got mad dramatic with that shit. Yo, hold on, stop the music. Fuck do that.
Oh, after you threw the nigga.
No, before.
Nah, this is
when he threw it, the shit.
Because in my
Pride kicked
mind,
in. The
in
pride
my
kicked
mind,
in.
everybody saw it.
Right.
Like in my mind, because I saw it, everybody saw it.
It's a pride thing.
And it's a mind, and it pride. My mind state then, it was just different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was just different. It was ignorant.
That's the only thing we take back in life. That's it.
That's it.
We're not gonna throw that nigga in the fucking crowd again.
That's it. Everything else, I'm glad it happened.
Everything else, even the I'm sorry record.
Oh, yeah.
We sorry. We're being sorry. That's all we're being sorry for. That's motherfucking it. Motherfucking Akon,
so
yo.
now- now-
High five. Oh, high five.
Now I
I was trying to give you a hook. That was a hook. That's a hook.
Okay.
Listen, man. Yo, listen, Akon, I can't thank you so much
No, I appreciate
for
you,
coming down, sitting down with us, Drink Champs. Like I said in the beginning of the interview, me and EFM, we started this. We wanted to interview legends. And it's not that we don't got love for the new generation, but we want to, when you got 10 years or more in this game, we want to salute the people. We want to let the people know that you are appreciated.
No, thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
And you're appreciated for standing there and standing relevant, and you're appreciated for doing what the fuck you gotta do. And we need to represent that. In every other genre in music, when you have 10 years or more, these people salute you. In hip hop, they say, nigga, you got gray hair now. So I'm glad you told my partner his beard looked it good, because no one
he
else has
actually
never
look
told
younger.
him that.
He do look younger, bro. That gray man
No, it's
look younger.
him and who else?
Buster. Baby.
Him and Buster, it's some super dark skinned niggas,
Yeah,
man.
but Buster keep
I
it
respect
real.
y'all. Yeah, I respect y'all.
Because normally when you tell somebody, yo, your gray hairs make you look young, you would think they trying to sun you or something. You know what I'm saying? And you take it differently.
And Buster's
But
mad
we
aggressive
really
with this
nailed
shit.
it.
Buster's aggressive.
aggressive.
Big up to Buster,
Your
man.
shit look young, nigga.
Buster
My
keep it all the way
nigga
100.
Buster. Yo, Akon, thank you so much
Nah, thank
for
you,
coming
man.
down, because you know why? The thing about media is going on, and me and my partner, we live modern day Eric B and Rakim, meaning this is a hip MC and a DJ, and we want to honor our artists. There's so many platforms where you can sit down and you can talk to them, and as soon as you leave them, you go fucking Zariah from Amazon.com.
The gossip
and
and all
then
that, yeah.
now the gossip. That's not what we do here. We're here. We want to salute your career.
Right.
We want to salute your thing, because we want to promote that.
That's
That
what's up.
the gossip and everything else, a part of anybody else's life, is not a part of our life.
That's what's up.
Our life is just the music, every person that does hip hop, R&B, you know, whatever, we're superheroes. I salute them as such. Everybody, Black Panther is so dope. But guess what? Every one of us is a Black Panther. Yeah. We just got to put on the fucking suit. That's hard. Please record that. That was hard. That's another soundbite. I don't know what album I'm gonna use that on, but we're gonna use it. But yo, Akon, thank you for coming through. We're gonna take a couple of pictures, get some drops, man. And I really, really, really appreciate you doing what you gotta do, man. Let's make some noise for motherfucker. And also, I cannot end this interview without bigging up Block motherfucking Royal. Let's make some. Because wherever I'm at, like they know who I am now. Wherever I'm at, I'm talking about I'll be anywhere. Niggas be like, "Yo, Block Warrior in the building, Nori. I'm over here." I'll be like, "Oh shit!" I'll be like, they be like, "I'm over here." Anything happen? I'm like, "Oh shit!" I be in fucking talking about Missouri.
Nah, we deep though.
These niggas be out there like this, like, "Yo, Nori, anywhere you." Anything happen? And I'm like, yo, my nigga, I'm in church. These niggas is in church like I'm fat. And you know, I'm Latino too, so it's a little deeper with me.
Deep, it's deep.
So they're like, yo,
It's
B,
deep.
we understand what happened, blah, blah, but we know, and I appreciate you holding
That's what's up.
that those people down, man. Make some motherfucking noise for Akon.